Imagine this. You say something to a woman, and instantly her face lights up, her posture changes, and she remembers you for the rest of the day, maybe longer. That's the power of the right compliment. But here's the catch. Most men waste this opportunity by saying something predictable like, "You're pretty," or "You look nice." Those phrases are nice, sure, but they fade into the background because she's heard them 1,000 times before. Today, we're diving into 5 compliments women can't resist. The ones that trigger deep emotional responses, stand out in her memory, and make her feel truly seen. These are not random sweet words. They're rooted in psychology, subtle observation, and genuine appreciation. Use them sincerely, and you'll be giving her something far more valuable than flattery: the feeling of being understood. Let's get started. 1. I love the way your mind works. This compliment bypasses surface-level attraction and goes straight to the heart of intellectual validation. Most people compliment physical beauty. Few take the time to acknowledge the way someone thinks. When you say this, you're telling her you value her inner world, her thoughts, ideas, and perspectives. That's powerful because it speaks to identity, not appearance. Psychologically, this triggers a feeling of uniqueness. She'll think, "He notices how I think, not just what I look like." It also signals that you're interested in more than just the physical, which creates a sense of depth and emotional safety. Women often fear being reduced to appearances. This instantly dissolves that fear. In the real world, the best time to say this is right after she's made an insightful point, solve a problem creatively, or shared an original perspective. The key is timing and sincerity. Don't force it. When delivered authentically, this compliment can make her feel intellectually irresistible, which lingers far longer than "You're beautiful." 2. You make people feel comfortable around you. This is about social energy, something women are often very aware of but rarely get recognized for. Many women put effort into creating a warm, inclusive environment, whether in a group or one-on-one. By acknowledging this, you're validating her emotional intelligence, a trait far more rare than physical beauty. Psychologically, this taps into her social self-esteem. Studies show that people value being perceived as kind and emotionally safe just as much, if not more, than being seen as attractive. This compliment says, "I notice your effect on the room," which gives her a sense of quiet power. In practice, you can use this after you've observed her in a social setting. Maybe she diffused tension, made someone laugh, or simply listened attentively. Instead of complimenting her looks in that moment, highlight her impact. She'll feel both respected and appreciated on a deeper level. 3. You have a presence that's hard to ignore. This goes beyond beauty. It's about her energy. Presence is that magnetic quality that draws attention without her even trying. It could be confidence, charisma, or simply the way she carries herself. This compliment tells her she's unforgettable without you even using the word. Psychologically, this creates a sense of significance. We all want to feel like we matter in the spaces we occupy. By acknowledging her presence, you're affirming that she's not just blending into the background. She stands out in a way that's naturally compelling. You can drop this line after she's walked into a room, taken charge of a situation, or spoken passionately about something. The magic is that it works whether she's dressed to impress or just being herself. It tells her she leaves an impression that isn't tied to makeup or clothes. It's part of who she is. 4. I admire how you handle challenges. Resilience is one of the most undercomplimented traits, yet it's one of the most attractive. When you acknowledge how she navigates obstacles, you're telling her you see her strength, not just her softness. This hits differently because it validates her effort and character, not just the outcome. Psychologically, this ties into competence validation. It says, "I notice your courage and persistence," which can be incredibly empowering. Women often face pressure to appear effortlessly perfect. This compliment honors the grit behind the scenes. In real life, you might say this after she's told you about a work problem she solved, a personal challenge she's overcome, or even a small but persistent daily struggle. It's a reminder that you're paying attention not just to her wins, but to the battles she fights quietly. That kind of acknowledgement can forge an emotional bond quickly. 5. There's something about you that's effortlessly charming. This is intentionally mysterious. Unlike a specific compliment, it leaves her curious. She'll want to know exactly what you mean. The word effortlessly tells her she doesn't have to try hard to be appealing, which can be incredibly validating in a world that often pressures women to overcompensate. Psychologically, this taps into intrigue. By not fully explaining yourself, you let her fill in the blanks, which makes her keep thinking about it. The charm you refer to could be her smile, her voice, her humor, but you leave it undefined so it becomes even more flattering. The key here is tone. Say it in a calm, sincere way. Not as a pickup line, but as if you've just made an observation you couldn't help sharing. She'll remember this because it's both personal and playfully mysterious. The truth is, a great compliment isn't just about making her feel good in the moment. It's about making her feel seen in a way most people overlook. Physical beauty fades, but the right words at the right time can stay with someone for years. So the next time you want to stand out, skip the cliches and focus on the details no one else notices. Because when a compliment comes from genuine observation and respect, it doesn't just make her smile. It makes her remember you.